T-Man 978 Shill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. A rep for Loyal Subjects reached out to me to see if I wanted to take a look at this Best Action Raphael with motorcycle from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe this is how they look in the current IDW comics, or whoever is doing the comics now. I should have looked that up. But I did look it up and they only mentioned IDW, so I guess that's who's doing it. Anyway, as you've seen on my channel, I've been interested in how these articulate and look outside of the packaging, and here we are. Thank you, Loyal Subjects. As stated on the packaging, it comes with a limited edition collector's card, so I don't know if they're gonna stop putting these in or what. I know there is a special chromed gold bike, but this is just the regular red bike, as you can see. Here's one thing I like about these Best Action figures. They are packaged just like import toys, so everything is in this bubble with this clamshell cover, so you can repackage these anytime you want and it will look like you never opened it. Before we get started, take a regular hair dryer and warm up his wrist and his ankles. If you want to just be thorough, warm up the whole body, but some of the body doesn't need to be warmed up because it honestly feels kind of loose. But these ankle hinges and definitely the wrist hinges are pretty much like unmovable until you warm them up. That's not just a problem with this figure or this toy line, but pretty much every toy line recently. Maybe it's the temperature, I don't know. All right, here's everything out of the package, and let me just say on paper, like off top, as soon as you open it, it's like Best Action listens to me or whatever, or some company listens to me, or people like me when I say what type of accessories I want, what type of articulation. And like on paper, yes, this is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He's known for doing ninja stuff and martial arts and whatnot. So he comes with various hands. He comes with the grippy hands. He comes with martial arts pose type hands. Now, unfortunately, he comes with one fist and a more clenched open hand that's not really a grippy hand, which can also be used for posing. I would have liked two fists. That would have been nice. You don't necessarily need it, but yeah, and a secondary hit and the main accessories they're known for. That's great. You get the bike and you get this bike boosting off effect right here, which also acts like a stand. So when you don't have the kickstand activated, you can plop this in here. And it would have been cool if it had some type of locking feature so you can hold it up here. But you could put something there if you want him to be doing a wheelie. But as it stands, here it is with that effect right there, and you don't have to have the stand out. That is very cool. Like maybe model bike designers or sellers need to start incorporating something like this, and let's let you see that effect up close. It is kind of cartoony and it's not 100% like clear plastic. As you can see, it's kind of cloudy. But to let you see the rest of the bike, they put a lot of detail and a lot of paintwork in there. That is awesome. The plastic, this feels substantial. If it had die cast in it like model bikes, it would be exactly the same thing. It might even be more substantial because this plastic feels thicker than what I feel in model bikes. But as you can see, they painted everything. There's nothing like working suspension or anything. When you push on this, it pushes up, but it's not suspension. The steering actually functions to an extent. This is what they have going on as far as paintwork on the controls and dials. There's nothing on that little dashboard. But yeah, the seat is nicely textured. The wheels are textured, and they are not plastic there. Well, they may be a softer plastic because it's definitely pliable. I'm not sure if it's rubber or plastic. Normally companies nowadays use a softer plastic so that they don't deteriorate over time. And as you can see right here, you get this bandana strap that can plop into there. It's on a ball joint so you can wiggle it around. Let me see. The helmet head doesn't have that. But let's let you see the texture on his head. And the paint is better than the first turtles I got. It's not sloppy and haphazard. And because they don't have weird eyes, that's a much better look. Here's the texture on there. The texture on his shell or underbelly. So it's covered in texture. And I like the way this came out. Under here to let you see they didn't paint the whole bottom of the foot. Here's the texture of his shell. This is a more pliable material that wraps all the way around. And I guess I can get into the articulation right now. The head is on a ball joint. I kind of wish there was a, not kind of, I wish there was a hinge. You can look down that much and can't really look up that much because just a single big ball is limiting. I showed this, you can rotate that around and wiggle it side to side a bit because it's on the ball. He has traditional butterfly. You don't get a lot of range with that, but it does come in a bit, so that's good. Goes out to the side, rotates. This is loose on both sides, really. Here's what the elbow joint is looking like. This is one area I wish they would fix. Please, if y'all actually watch my videos after I put them out, please. The way that these things are sculpted perfectly, just standing there. But when you bend the knees and the elbows, the way they decided to make their joints doesn't look great like other bigger figures. And I can't really say that this is a small figure because it's in scale. I'll bring out some other 6-inch figures. It should be in scale with a 6-inch figure compared to a Ninja Turtle. But that's the knee. The legs can go out that much, and it is on a ball joint. Can kick forward. The way they designed this, it seems to incorporate the legs kicking forward a little bit more. But you get swivel there. The ankles, like I said, warm them up. There is a hinge in there that goes forward and back. So the foot can go back like that. And it can come forward. If you don't warm this up at first, it will not. That hinge seems to be immobile. But y'all can do that, and it can rotate on that little peg that the foot is on. So let me try to get this guy in a pose after I show you this. These are not like the super crazy gummy pliable things they had on the original turtles I bought. And they're actually painted top to bottom. When I realized I didn't show a piece of the articulation. There's a ball at the top of the torso and actually a ball at the lower torso. You can rotate the body a bit before it gets like all hindered by everything that's covering it, this belt and his shell. You can kind of tilt the direction of his waist, but let's be real, it is hindered as crap. I appreciate them trying to do that. Even SH Figure Arts Turtles couldn't even get that perfect, but like it actually has the articulation under there technically, which adds to the list of articulation, but you can't really use that. But anywho, getting these size in the hand, especially this pose right there, is kind of difficult. Be careful. I actually stabbed myself. Like, that's how literally sharp that is. Like, I don't know if you can see my finger is red right there. Like, oh boy. All right, here's a pose I was able to get. To be honest with you, the way the ankle articulation works, I wish that it had a rotation right here in the mid shin so I can get the foot into the angle I'm trying to get it in, because the ankle pivot is kind of on a weird angle that goes outward no matter what you try to do. So, end of the day, as far as the actual use of this guy, they have like a tremendous amount of articulation, which is a super plus on paper, and I keep saying this, but in practice, it's like very difficult to actually utilize that articulation to do very much with it. And it is frustrating. Let me get him on the bike. And to pop the head off, it should just pop off. Let me move this because that's gonna go flying, and get this away from me before I hurt myself. Okay, I separated his body before separating the head. There we go. One single ball joint. And let's use some force. The box says ages 8 and up. Yeah. I think these aren't really designed for kids. They aren't even in the kids section in the Target. But I got that on. All right, I went ahead and just threw him on the bike after putting the head on. The grippy hands that hold the weapons can actually hold the handles. If you want the feet right here, I guess you can squeeze them down and his butt will be on there. The pegs that go into the hands, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna just be honest. They come out of there a little bit too easy. They probably should have been longer. And like me trying to get it angled in such a way where he's still holding that, it takes a bit of doing. You have to definitely have the arm just right. But he is capable of putting both feet right there, holding this, and actually sitting down on the seat. I am capable of doing that, so that's great. And his helmet can leave him looking forward. Now, does this bike look undersized for him? Because the turtles aren't really big people. Probably, maybe. In fact, I'm gonna try to get a different, bigger bike out here. All right, here it is next to G.I. Joe Classified Series. Clutch's ram cycle right here. You can see that's significantly bigger. They are technically two different scales though, with the turtles being, or Best Action being 5-inch scale, and G.I. Joe Classified Series being 6-inch scale. Here is Clutch next to his bike and Raphael next to his bike. Here is Clutch and Raphael standing next to each other. Now, going off of their scale in the cartoon series, they're typically like maybe about 5'4" maximum. So next to this 6-foot character, this is about accurate. They should be about the size of a young teen. So that's about accurate. So here he is on the bigger motorcycle, and I don't think he looks too much out of place. While we're here, I didn't show this off. He does have the storage for the size on the back of his shell on his straps. Let's make sure you actually see this. He has pouches and whatnot. I didn't specify certain details. I'll just let y'all look at it. Well, yeah. So maybe that bike is a tad bit undersized. All right, to put a capper on things, this guy comes with a bike. The bike is very great and substantial. It comes with all the accessories that you would want to use for a Ninja Turtles. Even this mask that actually has a function right there. The wood paint that it actually has is good, immaculate. It's no sloppiness at all. Most paint it has is right here on the foot and legs, the forearms, the face, and the rest of it is just solid plastic pieces. Oh yeah, and the sides are definitely painted from top to bottom. The bike is painted like damn near everywhere that needs to be painted as well, including the lights right here. And only place like the lights, they made that transparent plastic in the windshield. So the bike is pretty well painted, so that's great. My gripes though is the way they do their knee joints and elbow joints. The hands, depending on what you're doing, like definitely while you're trying to put the weapons in the hands or putting the hands on the handles, they tend to pop out very easily. The joints in the ankles, I wish they were differently to help accommodate for the poses that you can get. Like, it has a ton of articulation, just some of it is not as useful as you'd like because of the way it's designed. Like anything in a torso, it has a ball at the top, ball at the bottom, but you can't really see. You can use it, but you can't see it. So it almost makes it almost like a waist. I'm happy it's there. The head is limited. And if there's any more gripes, the bandana straps or whatever pop out of there very easily. So basically, you have to get this guy into the pose you want and then adjust things. This is a decent pose that I have this guy in right now without his size. So that's cool. And the plastic doesn't feel cheap or anything. So it's not terrible. But I believe this retails for $39.99. That's the only price I could see on Target.com, and Target is the only place I've seen it. I'm pretty sure it'll be other places. Now the special one that I'm not sure if you can still buy was like a San Diego Comic-Con. It was a vac metal gold bike. That looks cool, but that was like $60. I don't know. For what you get, I guess it is worth that price because I've paid that much for Hasbro figures. And now the prices are up on those and they're bigger. So end of the day, I guess it is worth it, but take into consideration the other things that I mentioned. If you're going to buy this for yourself or if you're going to buy it for a kid, it is not the easiest thing to handle for a small kid. And like I said, these aren't even put in the kids section with the other main action figures. It's over in the adult collectibles section in Target. So there you are with that. Anyway, thank you loyal subjects, or thank you to the rep who reached out to me to get this to me from loyal subject. Thank you, definitely. Thank everybody who watched up to this point. Until next time, TMNT out of here.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.